apologies if my eyes are all puffy looking. I've been sneezing a lot. Hay fever's a killer in the summer months. Well, we're in autumn now, but in the summer months it's a killer. Around this time of year anyway. In today's video, I wanted to basically recap my summer. Just ramble on and talk about my summer just because, just for myself. I know not many people are probably going to watch this, so just in the future I can look back at like a video like this and say it and remember everything I did, you know. So I wrote a few notes, just of key things that we did, that I did and stuff. I'm going to be looking at my phone quite often, just to look at my camera roll, just to remind myself, and maybe there's stories, funny stories. Probably not. I mean, I'm known for my comedy. Yeah, so if I was to think back, obviously everyone was in lockdown. We were all very excited to come out of lockdown. The government started to lift these restrictions and we were allowed to finally meet up in like groups of, is it 4 outdoors or something like that? It was very little. And we started meeting up with our friends, and it was really weird when you got to meet your friends because nothing had actually happened really. Like nobody had anything to talk about or anything interesting happened in their lives. It was just, there was just nothing to do. Even though we were allowed to see our friends, there was actually nothing open, so you couldn't really do anything. So for my 20th birthday, my mum got me a big red bike. I felt like a giant kid getting a big red bike for my 20th birthday, but it just seemed like the best. My mum asked me what I wanted, and it just seemed like the best thing to get, considering we weren't going to be allowed to go wherever we wanted. So we thought we might as well cycle everywhere, get some exercise, as I'd gotten very big over lockdown, very fat. Also, I feel like it is worth mentioning that I shaved my head at the start of May, and I'll put the video up on screen so you can see because I put it up, but hey, listen, it was a big mistake. I regret it. I definitely should not have done it. I look terrible. Any photos of me from a side angle, I look like a bean. I've always said my head looks like a bean, and listen, I proved it right. By shaving my head. But it was very funny to do, and I always said it was something I wanted to do. So yeah, look, I'm happy I did it. So we were now allowed out of our house. We could see our friends. I have a big group of friends, and we all started meeting up again, and we're able to drink together and stuff like that in fields. Pretty classy in fields. But yeah, that was really fun for, I'd say, the end of May, start of June. Many summer nights spent sitting around the fire with my friends and just enjoying, even if it was only 2 people, just enjoying being around my friends again and having a few beers with them and stuff. I love summer nights like that. That's like the meaning of summer to me, is just a summer night with your friends and just no worries, no one's thinking about anything else but just being there and having a good time. So obviously I got this bike and I put it to good use during the start of the summer months. I cycled 32 kilometers a couple times a week because I needed the exercise. 32 kilometers is about 20 miles, I think, and I would cycle all the way out to this little village out on the coast, and that was always a lovely cycle to do, especially in the morning. I remember I woke up one lovely morning, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I cycled out, and I just got to sit there for 40 minutes in the morning watching the just exploring my area really. I got to see so many things that I never knew were in my area, you know. So that was a really fun thing to do this summer. At some stage during the summer, my brother and myself got a beehive and we put it in our garden because we care about the environment so much. No, I'm only messing. So yeah, I got to keep bees for like the whole summer really. You know, making sure they don't swarm and stuff like that. We had to give a few thousand to my uncle, which was really fun. Got to wear the big bee suit. It's very scary. I don't really enjoy it, but it's a fun experience anyway. So that was basically my routine for the whole summer. Was just cycle around, go to my friends' houses, have a few beers, and there was nothing really else to do. I did at one stage plan. I was planning a trip to go to Galway City in Ireland, but unfortunately, this is a little bit of a story time. This is a little bit of gossip. This is something I can, I can say this. So I suppose for this little sidebar about the Galway trip, I'll just give a long story short. Basically, what happened was myself and my friends had booked an Airbnb to stay in a townhouse in Galway that had a jacuzzi and a really nicely designed garden area, and it was clearly set up for people to be drinking in and sort of go away, young people have a good time. But at this time, obviously, they don't want young people going away because they hate us in Ireland. They think we're the devil, we're like the ones spreading the disease, even though we're not. The situation got worse with the Airbnb lady when she said that she was gonna lock the back area at night, and we weren't allowed to use the hot tub at night, and if we wanted to smoke, we had to smoke out the window, out the back window, and that was due to neighbour complaints. Now we thought that was a bit annoying, but still we got to use it during the day, so we were fine. And then a few days later, the woman said again that we weren't allowed to use the back area at all, or the jacuzzi, full stop. Now, we had booked this place just for the jacuzzi, so we told her that, and we said it was unacceptable and stuff like that. You can't stop us using your jacuzzi if we paid full price for it. And then she said she'd pay us a little bit of money back to compensate, so 25%, we all got 25% each back of what we paid. But still, we were really disappointed. And then 2 days before we left, everybody had booked train tickets, everybody had booked time off work, and this woman told us 2 days before we were about to go that she wouldn't let us stay there at all, and that she'd just give us our money back, which really sucked because we'd been waiting for like a month to go to this place, So now I'm going to Belfast instead soon, I think. But yeah, I would have had a cool Galway trip to talk about, but all thanks to that Airbnb lady, I guess I don't anymore. I mean, I'm looking through my camera roll here, and it just seems like it's a lot of parties. When it got into about, I'd say July, it was just all parties. Oh, it was lethal. Many, many parties being had, giant parties. I mean, people were chucking, people were having sex. I mean, it's amazing. You love to see it, really. You love to see it. That's what it's all about. And that's basically what I did, was just go to parties all summer. In July, anyway. Now, in August, month of August, at the start of the month, my family told me that they had booked flights to Lanzarote, and that I had no choice, I had to go, which kind of annoyed me a little bit because I didn't want to have to isolate for 14 days when I get back, and we were going away for 9 days, and then I would have to isolate for 14 when I get back, and that would have basically taken up most of the month of August, so I wouldn't have been able to, have a good time. But I went to Lanzarote, had a great time. My family might show some photos. Really enjoyed it. So relaxing to just sit in like a hotel or at the beach or by the pool in a hot country and just forget about everything. Like nobody talked about COVID at any stage really. You just had to wear your mask really, so it was fine. So when I came back from my holiday, my lovely relaxing holiday, I got tested for second week, the fourth week, and the eighth week in the first semester for 2 hours that week. On weeks 2, 4, and 8 for 2 hours. So I'm in really no hours. I'm not really in that much, so I don't know, it would be a bit ridiculous for me to expect my parents to pay €6,000 for college accommodation, but I won't lie, I am very disappointed. I really, really wanted to enjoy living away from home and going to the gym and library every day and doing work, because now that I have to do all my online work here in my house, I won't do it. I'm so lazy. I will just not do any of my online classes and stuff. But I know this sounds so ungrateful, but I am getting a car instead, just a little cheap car instead of going to live up in college, which should be good. So I'm going to get that soon. Who knows? Maybe I'll do an ASMR in my car. No, that's poor. That's poor. That would be stupid. That's basically it. Just preparing for college. Getting certain things done. You know, I'm getting a job. I'm getting my driver's license sorted. 20 years old and I can't drive. Well, I can drive, but I don't have a license yet. So yeah, I have to get everything sorted.